If you're a fan of classic Chinese dumplings but want to have more homemade, healthier version, you might love this chicken meatballs recipe. They are almost the same, just a naked version without the skin. Let's get straight to prep the vegetables. I'm gonna first chop a white cabbage. This is gonna be a filler for the chicken meatballs instead of breadcrumbs. And yes, they are gluten-free. You wanna make sure they are thinly sliced so they mix nicely with the minced chicken. To speed up the cutting process, use a mandolin slicer, but make sure to be extra careful by going very slow when you're about to reach the end. Now transfer them into a big mixing bowl. Next, spring onion. I'm gonna cut off the roots and use the rest of the parts. White for the flavor and green for some phytonutrients color. I wish I had a shortcut for these two, but I guess you're gonna need to manually chop them with a knife. Once you're done, transfer it to the same bowl. Now, since all the chopped veggies are combined, I'm gonna bring in the ground chicken. For a dinner meat, go for skinless and fatless antibiotic-free ground chicken. But if whole chicken breast is all you have, you can grind them in a blender. Now let's move on to the star anti-inflammatory ingredients in this recipe. Fresh garlic. Grate them with a grater to release maximum flavor and to make sure they're evenly spread. Same for the ginger. In case you're thinking of substituting them for the powder, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. They are very different in flavor. And with fresh garlic and ginger, you might benefit more from the anti-inflammatory properties, which is the purpose of this recipe. Next, the seasoning. I'm adding white pepper, a splash of non-toasted pure sesame oil, and a bit of pink salt. Now you have all the ingredients in the bowl. Mix them with a spatula until all the ingredients are evenly spread. The mixture can get quite sticky because I'm not using any binder. This will lead to the next step when shaping the chicken meatballs. But first, get yourself a baking tray if you plan to bake them directly. If you want to store them directly, make sure the size of the tray can fit into your freezer. And a baking sheet on the tray. Since the mixture is going to be sticky, it's going to be difficult to remove them without the paper. Now you will need an ice cream scoop to shape the meatballs. Since I'm prepping these chicken meatballs often, this is a necessity for me to have. But if you don't have one, I'll show you how you can use the Ziploc to make a piping bag to shape them. Use a medium-sized Ziploc bag and scoop the mixture in. Try to bring the mixture to one side at the bottom to where they are supposed to go out. I don't seal the bag because it can get annoyingly bloated. And cut off the tip with scissors about 2 to 3 cm from the end. Now you can pipe the mixture out gently. You won't get a perfect round blob, but like any other skill, it will get better in repetition. But it really doesn't matter, does it? Whichever method you use, when shaping them, give some space so they don't end up kissing each other. There you have it. You can store them in a freezer or cook them directly. For storage, bring them to the freezer for a couple of hours before you transfer them in a container or Ziploc bag. They usually last 1 to 2 weeks in my freezer, depending on how frequently I need quick food. My cooking method for these Asian chicken meatballs is always oven roasted. Bake them at 200 Celsius for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the chicken meatball size. You don't want to overcook them because they can get easily dry in oven. Optionally, you can air fry them at the same temperature and time. This is my homemade garlic chili sauce, which is my favorite spring roll sauce that I like to pair with this chicken meatball. You can try them as a dip or a glaze or however you like. My favorite simple way to eat this chicken meatballs is alongside rice and quinoa with mixed veggies. I hope you enjoyed the simple, nutritious chicken meatballs recipe. Do consider liking this video if you enjoyed it. Till next time!